And now, the Kill or Be Killed podcast with Damian Ross, founder and master instructor of the Self-Defense Company.
All right, we're here.
What's going on?
Hey, so a couple new instructors. One came back and a brand new one. We got to have start having these guys on the show. Schedule them.
You know what? I put it out there, and our buddy Josh is looking to get back on again. He can't get enough of this. But yeah, we'll get him on. And you know what? We should get Nick on now that he's back. I think he'll bring some great insight. He's our instructor out in Florida, ways.
Now I see you guys you're starting. You got to again just keep it consistent with the profiles and the posts.
Yep.
If I send that over to me as well. Because I'll have Keith do a blast about it. To get people on the list that are, that don't even know there's an instructor program. So the more shit that we can just keep putting out there, the better, the more activity we get, and people see we're doing something. So whenever you send a profile over, just send it to me as well. And then I'll post it, and then I'll send it to Keith, and we'll send it out. Cool.
All right.
Yeah. Good stuff. And then what else? So good feedback from workouts of the week.
Good.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw the last one, but it's nice because now it's like, so what I'm doing is, like I said, I'm going through the modules. I'll take about 5 sessions to get through module 1. And then at the end of that, I'm going to do the test, the promotion test.
Okay. Yeah.
So then once they see that and do that, then they can prompt you guys to get certified and promoted.
Perfect. And you know what? That's going to be great for people to actually fucking see it. So I think that's a good move.
Right. And it's, again, it's just kind of like it's as I go through the modules again, years later, it allows me to kind of fill in some of the gaps that maybe were there before.
Yeah.
And as you can see on the, I'll just share my screen. Hold on a second. Let me just go. So, self-defense training programs. Just share. Okay. So to get to it, you pop it in here, elite workout of the week. So I've got 3 already filmed. So I'm doing about 2 a week, and I'm releasing them once a week. So again, by, as we start building this up, probably going to have at the end of the year, like another, because each of these is like about 40 minutes long.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone you say, it's equipment needed, training dummy or heavy bag, pair of shoes, and a pair of cojones. Then in each of the units, just like we would do when we were teaching, it's like, okay, this is what we're covering, and this is where you'll find it in the training system. So, short edge of hand is at module 1, unit 12. So any of the information behind that, you can go take a look at it and get the instruction behind it.
Beautiful.
Like this one, we build from last week on the next. This is just like I would when I'd be teaching class.
Yep.
And then moving into the last one, what I found, I got to fix that because that shouldn't be.
And I will say, instructors, if you're watching this now, what great fucking material to bring into your classes as well. Utilize this. And anybody who's thinking about becoming an instructor, we got shit for you, right? We got shit for you to start using right away. This is just another
lesson
example.
1. You can just seriously just copy what I'm doing. This is what it's. This is all I'm doing. I'm like, guys, this is how systems and curriculums work. Right?
Yeah.
I don't expect you to make this up. So now I'm just going through it and making it easier for you to, train, whether you've got, whether you're doing a private lesson or whether, they're set up so that you're training on your own, but it doesn't matter.
That's right.
Because whether somebody's holding the pad or not.
I'll tell you right now, I'm looking at this. So just to touch base on what's happened this last week, right? So I've had somebody who's been bugging me to come and do some actual group sessions at her gym, right? She's been fucking riding me for the longest time to do this. So
Right.
I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna sit down with her. So we had a great conversation. Looks like we're gonna get back into doing some things starting in the beginning of the new year. So she's got time to advertise, promote it within her gym. I'll go, once or twice a week and do my thing. But I'm looking at what you've put together here, and I'm thinking to myself, this is just fucking great for that ongoing, membership of students who want to come, right? Week 1, here's what we're doing week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. You've got it all laid out. It's a great fucking workout for them. Add on an extra, 20 minutes to half an hour of instruction to boot. And I mean, it's going to be great.
Yeah. I mean, this is like a single. So if you have more people in the class, there's breaks in between. This is like 35 minutes of nonstop. It actually probably translates into an hour class, depending on how many people you have. And you may not be able to get to everything, to be honest with you. So then you just break it up because, you think about if you have people taking turns, then there's a downtime. You're sitting waiting to do your reps while, one person's going, you're going. If somebody's holding the pads, if everyone's working on the bags or whatever. So, the 35 minutes definitely gets extended. And I said, it's like, here it is. And it's like even noticing some of the breakage because I used the training system. I used the promotion tests from Tekken Jiu-Jitsu. So when we first did it. So I'm kind of like making sure they make sense together because there's some things like in the test, like the whip kick and the side kick, which come from module 2 and module 5, but it's good that they know. And the footwork too. In the beginning, because I'm looking at the test, I'm like, to be honest, I'm like, oh shit, there's like really not a lot of this footwork on here.
And that's the number one question. That's the number one question that I get from instructors and from students who are taking it is doing the footwork. It's the
pivot step.
It's pivot step. Yes.
Yeah. So it's I'm gonna again explain it. We explained it in the modules, but again, it'll just be now. It's like it'll explain in the context of the text, and now it's like you'll have another baseline, and then you've got like the original videos to look back as references. So It's just going to be a lot easier to learn and to go through this now because this is before the other ones were instructional based, the core videos. This is training based. So I'm not taking the time explaining everything because we already did that.
Yes.
Right. So now it's like, oh, well, why are you doing that? It's like, dude, just go look at that module, that unit and that module, come back to this, and then it'll make sense. I'm just kind of, I'll like gloss over it, but this is mainly just about training. So, the pivot step, and as I mean, it's something that happens naturally to put your like strong side forward. But then when you break it down, people are like, holy crap, this is confusing. You're going to do it naturally. We're just, practicing it. So we're picking our feet up and we're pivoting our hips. That's it. So we're really excited about it. We're getting a lot of people on our board. Our goal by end of quarter 1 is to have 1,000 people, new elite members. Right now we're at we've got about 1,000 now or so. We've got, but we've got like 18,000 on the platform. So we want to really convert to have like 1,000 new members strong and then keep building it from there.
Absolutely.
So I'm trying to figure out how to do a leaderboard with Bill and his team. Just to get my idea is to have the top 50 people up there or top 25. And then, how many hours they log in for the month, for viewing. And then, an award at the end of the month and then award at the end of the year for the person who runs in the most.
I'll tell you while you're talking about this, it just reminds me. So there's another app, not going to say what it is, but they do the same kind of idea with a leaderboard with their program, and they have points that are attached to stuff, right? So you're an X amount of points for the workout, and then they have like a little fucking wheel, a little spin you can spin for extra points, that kind of thing. But once somebody hits 100,000 points, then they are like awarded one of the free shirts, like 100,000 fucking point shirt type of thing. But you could do something along those lines of an SDC shirt after X amount of points. And that kind of thing.
We can do that. Or I was just thinking even the winner of the month gets the shirt. And the winner of the year gets a shirt, right? So it's like, whatever. Like, okay, who's doing this month? Okay, great. You get a shirt. And that's it. I mean, really kind of simple shit. But yeah, so, yeah, so again, exciting. I really want to make this more interactive and, putting myself out there because I love this and I do this anyway. So I don't know why this didn't occur to me sooner rather than later, but now it's just easy. I mean, to be honest with you, it's like me and Angela in the barn with a freaking iPhone.
Yeah.
And I don't even mic up for it. It shoots great. And occasionally we'll have a guest and we can have guest instructors come in and teach us, like we talked about. You want to put something together, so watch what I'm doing. You want to do something, let me know, and then we'll just fucking throw it in. It doesn't even have to be along with the curriculum.
Yeah.
It can be whatever you feel like, whatever your, drills you're working on, or just a class, so, that's great.
Now for the week one, when you're putting this into the system, are you recommending like new people who are just getting started like 2-3 times a week then, or how are you?
Yeah. It's like what you can do, right? So if you can do, well, obviously if you can do like once a week, but it's until it becomes instinctive and convulsive. So I'm setting this up. So if someone new comes into the program, they just start on week one. They can't, it's like, the advantage is it's not like you're jumping into a martial arts class where it's like you've got like 10 brown belts, 3 green belts, and a white belt, right? You've got, okay, this is me. I'm new here. This is where I'm going to start here. So, you start at week one and then keep moving through. How often you should do it, it depends on you until it becomes instinctive and convulsive, right? So whether that's 2 or 3 times a week, whether it's week one, it's not like, oh shit, I got to get to week 2. If it doesn't feel good to you, stay in week one. But on the other side, if you roll through it, dude, go to week 2. I ain't stopping you. This is the main thing that I liked about judo and even Brazilian jiu-jitsu. The only difference with Brazilian jiu-jitsu, it's extremely discretionary on the instructor. The problem that I had with other martial arts that I trained in, it was like, you need to train this. It doesn't matter how good you are. It's going to take you 3 months minimum to get to this stripe, to get to this next rank. Yeah. We're testing once every 2 or 3 times, 2 to 4 times a year. You got to get these down. It doesn't matter if you're a savant. I remember one kid got his black belt in 2 years, but he deserved it. Yeah. And I was, I started judo. I came in as a brown belt, got my 2nd degree in like 3 years. So I got my black belt within a year and a half. And the good thing about that is like, all I had to do was compete against other brown belts. So I don't know if you know judo promotion, they just line you up. And then you beat guys. If you beat 3 guys in a row by full point, you get Batsugan, you get automatic promotion to the next level. So if you tie, the winner stays out there.
You were beating children. Come on now.
Totally.
3 in a row.
Little fuckers. Tough to, you got to bend down. It's hard.
That's right.
Very hard, very difficult. So, yeah, so you have to, that's what I liked about it, because if you were good, and you had this, as I had experience, I was grappling since I was a kid. Again, like the first time though, in the judo class with the gi and everything, I went for a fucking ride a lot. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I don't know what, I'm getting strangled and tapped like crazy. And meanwhile, I was involved in one of those previous martial arts because we did a couple throws. Like, oh yeah, we do judo. I fucking no idea. No idea. And then even the same time I rolled around with a guy who was like a legit BJJ ground fighting guy, I was like, holy crap. It was like I was on another planet, dude. It's like tapping like a typewriter. But so, that's what I liked about it. So getting back to this, it doesn't matter. I never put, like, if you do this and you get it, good, man, go on to the next thing. You want to get certified right away, great, go. I don't care if you do it for a week or fucking 3 months. If you show up though, and when you get certified, it is, you're not guaranteed. You pay for your certification to the instructor. The instructor tests you, and it's pass or fail. And then if you want to get certified again, you got to pay again. I'm like, I'm not, be prepared. It's a test. There's no guarantees. It's got to mean something.
That's right.
It's got to mean something. And the tests aren't entirely long, or they're not meant to be physical, physically grinding. It's about a demonstration of knowledge.
Yeah.
Right? We're not going to make
you either know it or you don't.
Right. And you'll be able to execute it. And you can look at somebody as an instructor and tell if they've been practicing or not. I mean, I've had people that showed up to the seminar and, one woman, Jesus Christ, it was like, she didn't even look at the videos. Nothing. She just showed up. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, that's not even, I'm like, that's okay. I immediately realized what I was looking at, but we've had guys come up to test that were just like, oh no, that's not covered in the video. So I'm like, it definitely is, but now there's not going to be a question.
Yes.
There's not going to be a question. So we're going to get through, all the modules, and then we'll just go through the programs and training through that. And then once we get beyond that, it's going to be like whatever I feel like we're doing that day.
Yeah.
So as you're going on, it's just going to be a constant thing. And the nice thing about it is because it's making me work out more. And I'll be honest, like you can tell from like, the week 1 to week 3, it's like, okay, yeah, Stella kind of gets his groove back. Because then I start moving. Then I start moving and hitting again, and because and I just needed this too, to be honest. So
I need to see you bust out a little fucking dance right now, fucker.
Right.
You can't throw Stella got his fucking groove back without doing it.
Right. And what's nice again is like I start remembering things too, like how critical the forward drive is to power.
Yeah.
When you're moving through that, and I set up a drill where I've just put the shoes, that we use, I put them like 5 feet in front of the dummy. So then I start from position of advantage, drop step, move in, and start hacking. By the time I get to that dummy, it's only 2 steps. That thing goes flying. And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot momentum. Duh. Forward drive. I'm the guy who put this stuff together, and it's like I forget how effective it is. And people are like sitting there, I'm sidestepping them, I'm doing this shit, and you're like, dude, I go, I'm tracking you. They think that they can just swing and move to the side. I'm like, look, I go, if we're standing in a ring, and you're expecting me to strike you. Did you mute yourself? Sorry. Yeah, you did. Okay. Did you mute yourself?
Yeah, I had to because the dogs were going fucking.
Okay. So, people are like, oh, I'm looking at that. And I'm like, what if I just, with the forward drive, what if I just, step to the side? I go, first off, everything works if you know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to do this, and then you're like, okay, well, I'll just do this. No. 1, it doesn't work like that. 2, it only has to work once. You don't get a second bite at the apple. 3,
right.
in the context of a real fight where you're facing somebody, not in the ring, where you're having, a beef or an exchange, and you don't know whether there's going to be a fight or not. And then I move back and set my distance, and now you're moving in thinking, I got this son of a bitch, and I go. That's all the edge I need, provided I continue to take ground, always be where you're standing, and continue to hack and move in on you.
Exactly.
And then once that's it, it's it. And then, you can do, you could say, well, whatever. No, because all I need is that fucking little edge, the little opening, that little opening. Yeah. So one of the things I did want to talk about, it's just more of a topic, as I'm going through, as I'm reading these, these news articles, I'm like, for example, just share. I mean, I'm on like this thing just gets me, like all this shit just gets me amped up. Passaic man charged with abducting, raping, beating a young girl. Holder get 22-year-old dude, repeatedly sexually assaulted and beat a child. I mean, what the fuck, right? So this guy sexually assaulted repeatedly physically assaulted a child at a residence, restraining the child when she attempted to leave. Again, he is the Dominican-born Peralta. I mean, was he? Is he? They won't use the term illegal immigrant.
That's right.
Ever. But then why mention Dominican-born?
Yeah.
Right? It's like this fucking weird code that I gotta figure out that, this guy is not a citizen. Now, it's obviously that American citizens perform shitty, gross acts like this. But, the reality is people like this fucking exist.
Yep.
Right? I don't know what made him. I don't know, whatever, poor atrocities happened to this guy. As an adult, now he is a piece of shit animal.
100%. Worse than a fucking animal.
Right. So, there's probably people who have suffered the same atrocities that this guy did, went through the same horrible upbringing. I don't know, maybe didn't, that made something of their lives and said, fuck it, I'm not going to let that define me. And, move forward with carrying the scars and, vowing not to inflict that pain on somebody else. I'm just making huge assumptions here about this guy. The fact is that people go through bad shit, and people are wired differently to react to it. Right? So, evil will always exist. People will always stop doing awful shit. People will not stop doing awful shit. And the other one that just kind of caught my eye was footage released of ex-con shot during dead by Newark police, following killings of a boy, 8, and a man. So this guy killed what you assume to be a father and son. He was ex-con, killed him with a firearm, which is illegal for him to own. So he's a fucking criminal.
Yep.
Still gets a firearm, right? Use a handgun with a large capacity magazine to make it seem like the large capacity magazine had anything to do with his ability to kill this man and a child.
Yeah.
Right? So, they put him down. Tough shit. Again, this is what's out there. And people are, look at this and they're like, oh, how'd he get the gun? You shouldn't have guns. Make guns illegal. They are illegal. Yeah. They're illegal for him to own.
Exactly.
You can't go in and buy it unless you're Hunter Biden. Apparently, with a criminal record, you can get a firearm. Yep. So
at the same time as starting the line of fucking poke off a stripper's ass.
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to hang out with that guy so bad. So
fucker can party.
I guess my point is, you can try to remove all the threats. You can outlaw every gun. You can ban everything on the planet. But there will always be victims.
Yes.
Evil criminals will find a way to people, who don't, take the slightest bit of precautions. These people, want to remove every gun. I mean, look, it's a nice sentiment. But the fact is that there will always be broken people that will live outside the law and do whatever the hell they want. Like, you can have two people, like I said before, go through the same horrific childhood. One grows up to make something of themselves. The other is a fucking criminal.
Yep.
Right? How many people have, been destitute and have, doubled down and tried to fix it the right way, or have become criminals? So, this idea of eliminating all the bad, it's a nice sentiment, but it's impossible and it's not going to happen. And there are people, the majority of the people that walk around, they abdicate their responsibility and hope the government will protect them, being cops. I mean, and the reason and the fact is, like, the fact is, we're not living in the Wild West. So, or even the wild, whatever, we're not in a war zone. So it's not like it's not as if you're walking out of your home and you're constantly assaulted and seeing violence. You're literally swimming with sharks. Some places you go have more sharks than others, right? But sharks are everywhere. Sharks come in your home. Sharks will sometimes go into nice, nice beaches and shallow water, and you think you're safe, but they will come. And there are many, many, many people who just ignore this because they're like, well, there's no sharks around here. I don't live near sharks. I haven't seen a shark. My daughter dated a shark once. So you are, you're just hedging your bet. And then the fact is, when something horrific happens, all they want to do is make it go away and get rid of it. And there will always be these people, and these people have another name. They're called potential victims, because it's these people who don't take any responsibility that leave themselves vulnerable for predators.
Yep. And then wonder what the fuck went wrong.
Right. And, again, on the other token, it doesn't take, other token, what the hell am I saying? On the other hand, it doesn't take that much to even be, a little preparation gives you a maximum amount of effect. Like even if you're just basically paying attention, even if you just carry pepper spray, even if you're just, looking, just walking around, just paying attention, looking around, minding, making sure your personal space is fine. That goes a long way as a person who's clueless, as a person who will, get sucked in by a dodge where, the perp is, the threat is, asking for help or, appealing to their reason.
Yeah.
But, to sit there and continue to say, these people, just make it go away, just make it go away. It's irresponsible. And on the same line, it's, I'm also thankful, because if everybody prepared, then, I don't know. Maybe maybe I have to fight harder. I don't know.
That's right.
But then again, on the other side, I get pissed off, and this is what my issue with martial artists. It's like, you got to come in and train. You got to fucking do this shit. You got to be, fucking Bruce Lee. Dude, no, you don't at all. I'm like, what would you? My mom's 85 years old. She leaves the house. It's like, what does she do?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, if she can do it, then everybody can do it. And yeah, she can be rolling around on the ground. She ain't doing that, but she's gonna be paying attention. She can have her pepper spray. She doesn't want to carry a firearm. I'm like, all right, well then, you have this. You pay attention to your surroundings. You watch where you're driving. She goes like a couple places, and that's it.
You fucking talk about you talk about your 85-year-old motherfucking carrying a firearm, and I immediately, what the fuck was that movie?
Don't Stop Her,
My Mom Will Shoot.
Yes, Stallone.
That fucking brain just went right there. I gotta watch that shit later. Holy fuck!
I don't know if you want to. I really don't. I really
Come
don't.
on.
So yeah, yeah, you don't want to do that. But so as we're doing this, and our mission is to empower. And I hate using that fucking word, but it's like give people the tools to really do this. In the least amount of time. You're not going in the fucking octagon. But again, if you trained, let's say you did this, and let's say you did the workout of the week every day for 5 days, and then on top of that, you lifted and ran. You're gonna be a stone cold son of a bitch.
Yep.
Let's say you can get somebody, hold the pads for you, or get them in a red man suit. And go at them, and you have the access to training, to a training partner, with, you can use pads, you can do, dude, you could totally do this. And you'll be up to speed. I mean, really, you could be an instructor in a year if you really freaking did it, so, as opposed to 5 years, 3 years, and it's using something that has a lot of unnecessary stuff, that is not directly street applicable,
Okay.
So I don't know. So yeah, so that's that's my rant for the day or the week, and then
Just wait till you get me to the fucking workout of the week when we're doing weapons offense, man. That'll be fucking fun.
yes,
That would be fun.
yes, I I kind of can't wait. It's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good.
We'll be shanking the shit out of stuff, man. Like we'll have to get people putting videos up for that, and
It's my just to get rid of my recycling.
that's right.
Shit. Yeah. So so it's funny. So as we're going through this empty nest thing, I think I'm like, we're starting to kind of purge and get rid of shit because we're thinking we're gonna move in like 3 or 4 years. So we've accumulated a lot of stuff.
Oh fuck yeah, I can imagine.
Our attic is freaking full, and I started going through like the liquor cabinet, and the crap that I got there, and I'm defying myself to drink it unless it's undrinkable. Then I'm just tossing it.
Yeah.
But oh god, I had something my buddy brought me. It was like it tasted like Mad Dog 2020, and my buddy had brought it over, and it's like an orange flavored, like it's not wine. It tasted like Mad Dog, but it was nasty. And I took like one sip of it. And I was like, yeah. I got some bizarre, like rum chata, cream liqueur, like rum chata and some other stuff. I'm like, no. So it's all, if I can't drink it, it's going.
Yeah.
That's it. So yeah, we're trying to get that thing rolling. Oh, and we did get a little piece of where the heck is it? Let me see. So let's see. Or where the hell is it? Outdoor? No, outdoor wireless speakers. There we are. Did get a little love at the top of. Hold on. So we got a little love. The Peacemaker CCW, just a little press release this morning.
Very nice.
Yep. They liked it. So, we'll see. Of course, like the first thing that comes out with this is like, we get all, people trying to promote, marketing people and stuff like that. It's like, dude, I obviously have a marketing person doing this. So, yeah. So that was nice this morning. And yeah, what are you doing this weekend?
Oh fuck, I don't even know what's today. Today's Thursday. It's the fucking weekend already, isn't it?
Pretty much, right?
Holy fuck! I lose track of days, man. Track of fucking days. Probably the same thing that I do every week. I go spend a little bit of time with some family.
Yep.
Just kind of kick back and continue working with some new instructors. Fucking reach out, guys. Like reach out.
Yeah, I said I'm like, things are moving, and we are.
It's a good time. It's a real fucking good time to be looking at this.
Yeah, so that's cool shit. All right, everybody. Well, thanks for joining us. Thank you, George. And until next time. Oh, where am I? There I am. Till next time, train honestly.